Level.
Hey y'all, it is October 25th. Yeah, October 25th. Sorry, it's been a day. Yeah, so October 25th, pretty sure it is where everybody is right now. Yeah. So I only really have 2 items on the agenda. I've obviously been out of office for like the last 4 days, so I'm still getting caught up on everything. But we have finalized hiring SC, which is Sarah, for the Amer Ops position. I believe she's slated to start the 14th, possibly sooner though. She's getting back to us on that. And the other thing is the ops team building event. I've got an issue there. We're doing a scavenger hunt. I've collected the items y'all posted last time when I kind of surfaced for ideas for the team building, and then put 2 of my own items there. So the idea is to get as many pictures following those as you can, send them to me. I'll compile them into like a slideshow or something. And then next week on the 1st, we'll kind of go over the slideshow and all that fun stuff. In conjunction with that, expense yourself some food, post about the food in the team parties and all that fun stuff. $50 limit on the food, all that fun stuff. If only one person gets the majority of those items, they'll win and they'll get a special prize. It's to be determined because prize depends on where you're located. An Amazon gift card does not mean near as much to everyone that it does, in Amer or whatever. So depending on who wins, kind of let them go through, kind of talk them through a couple different options and we'll figure that out. If there's a tie, we'll vote on who wins. But the idea would be we'll do a little presentation, we'll show the pictures. I'll stop the recording when we do that because pictures could contain private information, but we'll do that. And the person whose pictures they are will kind of talk through them a little bit, maybe, and give a little backstory. But that's the little team building we're going to do. Any questions on that?
No, that's cool. That's amazing. I think I have everything which you need on the list. I'm already telling you in advance, you got a competition. My list is almost there, except one thing. I actually have to search for that photo. I'm that old that I do not have my childhood pics, man. To be honest, in my time, there was black and white cameras. Color cameras were like totally new thing. So I'm an old guy. God,
Yeah,
you reminded me that I'm old now.
I've got to go find a photo of me as a kid. I think my mom has all of those. I obviously don't have my own photos as kids. Why would I have my own photo?
I think that you guys have that school book. There is a book where they post pictures.
Yeah,
what is called?
Probably have like a yearbook somewhere that I could take a picture of.
Yeah, yearbook.
The yearbook photos, at least mine, were always terrible. They always looked the same as every other kid. I never liked them. I'd rather find one where I look happy and not like I'm forcing a smile because it's a yearbook photo.
Okay. Well, we do not have any yearbooks in our country, so yeah, it's a tough deal. I have to ask my uncles and aunts to find one for me.
Right on. Well, yeah, send me the pictures. I'll compile all those together and all that fun stuff. When you send them, let me know what each photo is. Some will be obvious, like, oh, this is clearly Nabil as a kid. Others may not be obvious, like there's one that's like your dream house, which could also have been a picture of your most recent vacation. I wouldn't know. So you're gonna have to let me know what the photos are, just because I may not know.
I'm renaming them. I'm actually renaming the pictures with the title, so it will be much easier with my initials. So you would know that who is sending what and what are these pictures about. So
awesome. Yeah, and I'll talk with James to see how he did his presentation and try to kind of mirror what he did, since we kind of stole our idea from US Fed. It was a good idea, so I don't have any reservation stealing it.
True that.
Cool. That's really all I have on the agenda. Obviously, there is some other stuff we're doing, like we're doing the recategorization. We're adding the new categories. Was that next week? Yeah, and there's some other issues we're working, but we are very closely approaching the end of the quarter. So yeah, just kind of business as usual, keep chugging along kind of stuff. But any questions, comments, thoughts,
Oh
concerns,
yeah,
any of that fun stuff?
I have a question regarding that token thing. That GitLab token. Uh, Funny thing, why the pipe? I never understood why the pipelines were constantly running. The only thing which actually pointed me out that yeah, something is weirding, it's really weirdly wrong is that the SSH for the SAH key, they were constantly same for all the MRs. There I found out that there's some problem actually going on, but there
Yeah,
was
no,
no error.
we had several pipelines that didn't fail loudly like they should have. A good example was the round robin was not failing loudly.
Yeah.
I have fixed that. It will now fail very loudly.
Oh,
Um,
good.
it will throw out an error when it can't commit, and we'll see a failed pipeline and all that. I'm going to be kind of talking with Lyle about maybe for some of the more core stuff, having it alert even louder, like if it fails, send an email, or if it fails, do a pager duty or something.
Right.
I'm going to work with Lyle to kind of figure out how we want to approach that, because it was a not fun experience trying to just locate everything that was using that one token. Obviously, not ideal that many things were using that one token. There's a lot of questions of how did that happen? How did so many things get that one token?
Mhm.
At this point, I believe we've caught everything, and it's all using its own token now, and they will all
Oh,
expire on February 1st. So I'm going to be building an auto rotation kind of style thing that will take care of that.
my
Um,
other question, Jason, regarding that
mhm.
is that by the code, it was actually assigning not only the bind, but it was also assigning like ticket round robin. It was assigning other groups as well, not as hard
Mhm.
as fine, but others as well.
Yeah,
How? Because as per code, it shouldn't assign anything to any other group.
well, okay,
It
so if
should
you had
go.
two tickets to assign, and this is exactly what happened. If you had two tickets to assign using the count system, it would say Pine needs one ticket. So one would go to Pine, and then one would go to Baobab, I think is the first one. I don't remember which is the
Yeah,
first
yeah,
one, but
Baobab,
so
Baobab,
you would have
Baobab.
that problem, and then it's supposed to commit the new updated count. That was the part that was failing, is it was unable to commit it. So every time it ran, it said, well, Pine needs one more ticket. Pine needs one more ticket. Pine needs one more ticket. So
So
in cases
how?
where it had to associate more than just one ticket, it was associating to other groups as well. But in cases where it only had one, it was assigning them to Pine.
Ah,
Right, which
yeah,
I now have it outputting the commit ID, which it will fail if it was unable to do a commit. It'll error out saying this string has a null value. I can't output it, which is good. We want that pipeline to very loudly fail.
right. It's a good thing actually that it happened initially.
Mhm.
We figured out that where the things are going wrong. I really loved it, but I have one reservation that if the GL token is exposed, doesn't they revoked it completely. They revoked it
Mhm.
completely. Can they limit the access and investigate first that how is it exposed and who has the access to it, rather than just
Um,
going straight and um, killing it completely, which
so
could actually create a huge problem. Yeah.
at this point, the only people with access to that bot is Lyle and myself. We're looking into making a one pass ops vault that will
Yeah.
contain that data so that y'all can log in too. We did that because we had a problem of people were logging in and making tokens and not expiring them and all this other stuff that obviously isn't ideal.
Hmm.
At this point, I don't know if y'all have seen this. I'll link it in the Zoom chat, but I have made a page that is very, very short that literally just says, here's the list of usage of the GL support bot tokens.
Hmm.
And I have done that as we found more, so I could be like, okay, we know what is now using this bot, so we can kind of do this a little better.
Okay.
We've stated to get a token, you have to make an access request and all that stuff, and it'll go to Lyle and myself, and we'll issue the token and all that fun stuff.
Hmm.
But as we found more things using it, I'm documenting and updating this page so that in the future, we know what is using this. There were a lot of items on this list that I didn't know was using this. I had no way of knowing that. And honestly, they all should not have been using the same token, which these all were. All of these were using the exact same token, which obviously not good.
Yeah, I know two things that we know, but for example, pairing and support team meta, even I don't know that.
Yeah, no, there are a lot of these that kind of got discovered as I found things failing. That's kind of
Oh.
how this list got built up. So as we find more things, we will add to it. But the
Mhm.
idea here is that we will continue doing this kind of style of making sure, like, no, this list should always be up to date, so that if whatever the one-on-one issue generator's token is leaked, it's as easy as revoke it. We'll make a new one. We can put it into place, and we know exactly where that is and what to name it.
But that's good. That's good.
Mhm.
We figured it out before.
Yeah. So like, it was not a great event to have occurred, but it is good that we
Yeah,
are
but
looking into how to solve this in the future. I'm going to build some things to auto revoke all the tokens that it has and auto create new ones and apply them. Obviously, for most of these, that's easy. For the Zapier ones, I mean, there's not really a way to do that. So we might need to look into, I don't know, okay, well, we've got to get these converted into CI/CD or something so they can be revoked and auto updated, because obviously no one wants to manually go through all these things to update tokens every quarter.
True. True.
So I'm going to be working with Lau. We're going to kind of figure out an approach for that. So like I said, wasn't great that it happened, but it was good because it demonstrated a problem and we're working on fixing it in a better way.
Yep. It's a good experience in the large scale. Yeah, it's the largest scale. It's a good experience. Even it actually taught me a lot of the stuff that what tokens and how they are exploiting it. First thing I came to know that, yeah, it's really good that if we have any project going on, we should know that how the error will come out.
Yeah, and there's several of these I need to look over and kind of look on how it's erroring out, because some of these error out silently, which isn't what we want. There are other problems, like no one knew these were using these tokens. No one knew that. It was just kind of a mystery, and it's like, that's not good. So the idea is to keep this page updated so that we know, and then ensure we are doing quarterly, at a minimum, rotations of tokens, revoking them and adding new ones and stuff like that. So yeah, that's kind of where we're at with all that. And I've got a quarter to figure out how to do the auto revoking. If I don't figure it out by then the answer is I have to go do it manually. And I will continue doing that pattern until I get it fixed with automation, because I want to torture myself until I get it done. The best way to ensure I get this done and done properly is having to do it manually and not enjoying it, which is what I did this time around. So, but the idea would be to get all of this done automatically, so we don't have to kind of do that every time.
Ooh.
Yeah, fun experience.
Yeah, that for me, I would say that it is a great thing that it happened, rather than, we were using tokens for future projects, the same things going on. And after some time, we came to know that, all right, everything is down. Everything is down.
Yeah.
It happened for
Yeah.
good.
We'll kind of go from there and figure out how we want to kind of tackle this moving forward. But these are things we will discover as we go and kind of build up and have better solutions moving forward. Cool. Any other questions, comments, concerns, any of that fun stuff?
Nope. I guess, is there any upcoming PTO for anyone? For me, it will be 7th. I'm going to update it right away. And 7th of November and 11th of November, because again, on 12th November, I'm flying. Actually, it's 11th November night. So yeah.
Yeah. I didn't see any upcoming PTO for the next week for any of us. It's a little tricky to check with PTO by routes, but I didn't see any other than, Alyssa's on maternity leave. That obviously is still going on, of course. But I'll check, and update that for next week, but I didn't see any happening for this week.
I'm updating it in advance, so there should be no problem. Yeah.
We'll add on. All right. I will let y'all have 15, 16 minutes back of your day. Enjoy the rest of your day, evening, night, week, Tuesday, Wednesday, whatever it is.
All right, everybody.
Cool.
Nice seeing you. See you.
Bye.
Bye.